up, YouTube? It's your boy JusRzd, and welcome to another edition of Rage Review. Today, we're chopping it up about Skeleton Crew episode 5. This particular episode was it was a lot going on. We got to see insight into the inner workings of where the parents of the children on that ad and work at. We see Whim's dad trying to, with the help of Neel's mom, trying to do what he can to try to get a message out to his children. Got spotted by one of the droids in the building, and you could tell he wasn't familiar with trying to be sneaky or lying. So he pretty much got caught. But thankfully, Fern's mother was quick with it. It was able to shut the droid down once he got to her office, and was kind of fussing at him like, bro, I told you I had it. I told you I was still looking into it. I'm trying to follow proper channels. If you keep doing this, you're going to get us caught and you're going to get us in trouble. And he was just like, I feel you, but it's my kids. Like, we don't know who we can trust in here. And so it's just interesting seeing the parents dynamic. I know this show is specifically about the kids and their adventure and the pirates and everything, but it's always interesting to me as a father. I got 3 of them things, 3 boys. Shout out to them, love them. But it's always interesting to me as a father to see what the parents gonna do to try to get their kids back. And it looks like they're trying to send a message beyond the barrier to reach their children to get them home. And this particular episode, we see pretty much the kids are back on the ship with Jedi, and they have SM-33 tied down because he was spazzing in the last episode, and they had to shut him down. And so we see that now that they have the information, or have come to the knowledge that SM-33 does have the information of the ad and coordinates in his database, that they're trying to get him to remember him. But come to find out, the only person that had him was his original captain, and they're trying to figure out what happened to the original captain so that way they can figure out how to get home. And through the process of them interrogating SM-33, they find out who the original captain was of the ship for SM-33, and they find out that his pretty much where he hid his treasure was on a specific planet that they considered home. And SM-33 was originally going to take them there in the first episode when they said take them home, but because of the kids not understanding what he was talking about and him not really understanding what they was talking about, and them just trying to find a way to get back to their planet, they ended up in the detours, which started the journey. But it was interesting. He finally takes them to the planet, and now this planet, instead of being like a desolate planet where pirates consistently roam through, it has now become like a pleasure planet. So it's like it's got hot springs, spas, and the works. And so we see the kids get there, and kids aren't welcome. Kids aren't welcome there. So Jai gets off the ship, and he's just like, yeah, I need a room for me and my people. And they're just like, oh, you have kids? Yeah, they can't come here. And so he dresses up the kids to make them look like adults, kind of like a Little Rascal type of situation where they dress up trying to look like adults, just short adults. And so it's just like, oh no, this is like an ancient race of people, you know what I mean? They speak in a different language. I gotta talk to them and translate for them. But let me go ahead and get that room. He slides her some of the credits that he found in Whim's sock, and she's just like, all right, well. And then she looks up again, and you see at the end of the day, kids gonna be kids, so they playing around, laughing and giggling and touching stuff, and it's just like, she's like, oh, okay, that's who they are. And so he offers her some more bread, just to kind of bribe her. And as they're walking through the lobby, Jod sees technically somebody sees Jod that recognizes him, but not under his true name. I believe she called him like Dax or something like that. But it was funny just to see everything, just to see him kind of get caught up in the midst of trying to make sure that the kids are safe and that they get the room and all that stuff, trying to be inconspicuous. He ends up getting caught by somebody who is now currently a bounty hunter, but somebody he used to talk to and looks like he might have double crossed back in the day, but you can tell she was ready to put hands on him. But they continue. They get to the room. Kids still acting like kids. Josh trying to tell them, hey, look, we need to concentrate. We need to split up. We can search different areas of the spa to figure out how to get to the captain's treasure room, so we can figure out where the coordinates for Ad-Adin are. And we see them split up into different groups, and we see one group go to the spa section, and we see another group going underground and following the pipes. And so both groups kind of run into trouble. We see one group run into a large tentacle monster who ended up being cool, but at first we didn't know that, so it just looked real creepy and scary because they're kids. They don't know what's going on. And then we see the other group kind of run into trouble with some of the staff of the resort, and we just see them kind of like old school Scooby-Doo hijinks, trying to run away from the people without getting caught, and without getting into trouble. And we see the ones that ran into the tentacle monster actually found the sigil of the original captain of the ship that they're on at SM-33, and they're able to find their way through meeting back up with that group into the treasure room. Before they get to the treasure room, of course, there's booby traps because it's a pirate's lair, so of course there's going to be booby traps. And we see it's just a pool full of acid before you get to the actual treasure room, and they couldn't figure out how to get past it. They read an inscription that pretty much talks about sacrificing your heart or whatever, so they think they have to sacrifice one of themselves in order to get into the treasure room. And Jod was like, y'all really don't know nothing about pirates, because it's not about sacrificing yourself as a person, it's about sacrificing your treasure, which is your heart. And so he throws one of the credits in there, the whole acid pool dissolves, and they're able to get into the treasure room. As soon as they get into the treasure room, it's the shot that we all seen from the trailers of them being in the treasure room. Of course, they're exploring everything. Jod is persistent and explicit in telling them not to touch anything, but they're kids. He's telling them not to touch stuff. And Whim finds a lightsaber, and they see different treasures. They end up finding clues that lead to a message from the original captain, where he talks about pretty much why he was even going to Ad-Adin. Apparently there is an old Republic mint there, and that apparently is where the parents work, in that banking area where they can just constantly produce old Republic credits. And so of course that tickles Jod's fancy. As they're all doing this and in the treasure room, and we're looking for the treasure room, the pirates show up. So the head Wolfman pirate sent his goonies out. So of course, Jaleel White's character shows up, and they were summoned by the lady that noticed Jod in the lobby, the one he previously double crossed back in the day. And so she's trying to collect the bounty on his head. And so they begin to go into the tunnels to search for him. They're following their paths, and they end up catching up with the kids, but the kids are able to get into the treasure room, of course. And since they're into the treasure room, Jod they close the door on the treasure room, and so they're trying to find a way to get in there, but they're in the area where the pool of acid is. So Jod triggers the mechanism to fill the pool back up with acid, and that pretty much takes out the ones that were chasing them. And like I said, they get to the point where they find the recording, they get the information about Ad-Adin, and of course that tickled Jod's fancy. And he tells SM-33 that he challenges for the right of the captain, so it's a battle to the death. And so he pretty much double crosses the children, forces Fern to yield. And it's funny because Whim tried to stand up to him with the lightsaber that he found, but instead of turning it on the right way, he had it pointed to the floor, so it scared him when it hit the floor, and it just started bouncing around. So that was funny. So they end up all yielding, and in order to pretty much make it out of the situation, Whim triggers a trap that drops them into another tunnel, and the episode pretty much ends with Jedi picking up the lightsaber, and then it fades to black. And so that particular episode, it was cool. I liked it. It was a lot going on. It was real treasure. Treasure Island, Treasure Planet. Real Goonie-esque vibes in that particular. This whole series has been real Goonie-esque, Treasure Island vibes, but this particular episode was real heavy on the Goonies, in my opinion, in Treasure Island, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. Thought it was dope. This series has been a fun series. I like how they kind of keep their fun series like a Hawkeye or like a Skeleton Crew for the holiday time. It's kind of family oriented. Just a good time to sit down and watch something with your kids and with your family. So I appreciate that. This particular episode, I'd probably give like I'd give it like an 8.5. It was fun. It was fun. It was funny. Certain gags were funny. Certain jokes that the kids were saying, even the jokes that Job was throwing out there was funny. The alien creatures that they were running into on this planet were cool. I just thought it was a good episode. I thought it was a good episode, and definitely got a review coming for episode 6. But I got a little backed up on my reviews, so I got a couple reviews coming in the near future. I got to do the Bleach 1000 Year Blood War Part 3 finale. I got to do Creature Commando new episode, and there's a few other reviews I gotta do. So stay tapped in with your boy. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to share the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so that way you can be notified anytime that we drop a new video on the channel, which is every day. And comment below if you agree with my take and my review on this particular series. Have you watched it? Are you enjoying it? Are you watching it with your family? It's real cool, wholesome family show in the Star Wars universe. So tap in with your boy, and never forget, it's free show to the show free. Let's get it.